What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Ravens Media, bringing you Ravens content every single day. If you want to see that daily Ravens content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell as well if you want to get notified every single time I upload a brand new video. Now, today's second video. If you haven't seen the first one, go check it out. It was posted earlier this morning. We'll be talking about the Baltimore Ravens pass catching group and why I believe Rashod Bateman will be the number one pass catcher in this Ravens offense. Now, notice that I said pass catcher and not wide receiver, because wide receiver I think is obvious, but I think he'll be the number one pass catcher ahead of Isaiah Likely, ahead of Mark Andrews, ahead of Nick Boyle, ahead of anybody that will be catching passes from Lamar Jackson. I'll get into all the reasoning why, but in the comment section down below, please let me know what you guys think about Rashod Bateman and what he will be doing this year. Before I get into the video, I will say that I will be live streaming, or it will be a live stream of a pre-recorded video of me going on AFS at 5 p.m. Pacific time, which would be 8 p.m. Eastern time. If anybody wants to check it out, go subscribe over there. It would really help me out, and I would really appreciate that. If not, no worries, totally fine. We just talk about overall NFL and NBA topics. I talk about overall NFL and NBA on Monday and Wednesday. But with that said, let's get into this video. Rashod Bateman is maybe the most interesting breakout candidate in all of the NFL. And I feel like he is in a prime position to change a narrative more drastically than anyone else in the NFL this entire season. Because the narrative right now is the Ravens don't have receivers. They don't have receivers. That's the narrative. That is what the national media talks about. If you look at the Ravens roster, well, yeah, they got Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews, but they don't have any pass catchers. They don't have any wide receivers. That's what you hear. After this year, people are going to be frustrated. Like honestly, a lot of Ravens fans are frustrated with the Buffalo Bills because they're like, oh, well, no wonder Josh Allen got better. He got Stephon Diggs. It's going to be the same thing with Lamar Jackson. Well, no wonder Lamar Jackson's starting to look better in the passing game. It's because he has Rashod Bateman now. That is the narrative that I expect to be created. Will it be true? No. That won't be true, but that's what people will start to say. Because I believe Rashod Bateman is going to show the NFL why the Ravens drafted him with their first selection last year in the first round. He is a player with tremendous route running, separation skills, hands, and jump ball ability. It's not like just about everything you need out of a wide receiver. Oh, and he's also good after the catch. He's the clear number one in this offense, but now he gets to play with a quarterback that will be able to get him the football consistently in Lamar Jackson. Because last year, Rashod Bateman was playing basically the entire time with Tyler Huntley, rather than just Lamar Jackson. So when you look at his stats, they're a bit swayed. 515 yards, one touchdown. That one touchdown, that's a lie. He scored a touchdown against the Cleveland Browns as well. For some reason, they put it at the one. But 515 yards, 11.2 yards per reception, long reception of 36 yards. He only played in 12 games. He only started in 4 games. He is someone that will become the chain mover, just like Mark Andrews is. Because when he came in from day one, the first 7 receptions of his career, and it might have gone up to 10, I cannot remember the exact number, but I know the first 7, they were all for first downs. Because he knows where the sticks are, and he's very smart about it. Catches the ball, moves up the field. Like, that's what he does, is he moves the chain. He also showcased, not with Lamar Jackson, but with Tyler Huntley, that he has an ability to go up and catch the ball. I brought up that touchdown in Cleveland. Touchdown. He completely mossed the defender. We see it in practice all the time. And this isn't him going up against Anthony Avery. This is him going up against Marlon Humphrey, one of the best one-on-one man coverage cornerbacks in the NFL. And he's able to beat him. Now, Marlon wins sometimes as well. But the fact that he's able to win sometimes shows how good he is. Because playing cornerback in the NFL is very difficult. You don't expect any cornerback to lock up every wide receiver every play. Jalen Ramsey, they don't expect him to lock up every wide receiver every single play. That's not the expectation. You just hope to limit it. And Rashod Bateman gets to go up against one of the best every day, and he's very physical, and he's able to learn. He's also learning under T. Martin and Keith Williams, two guys that have shown that they can drastically improve wide receivers' abilities. If you don't believe me, look at Marquise Hollywood-Brown. He was so much better last year than he was in the previous years. When it came to route running, when it came to separation, he was fantastic. Fantastic. I mean, he was open so consistently, and it was great. Problem was he didn't have hands to catch a lot of the passes, but he was open. And now Rashod Bateman is working with them. And the Ravens' defenses, when they come in to play the Ravens, they will not be focusing on Rashod Bateman. They will be focusing on Mark Andrews. And that will allow Rashod Bateman to become the third down threat. It will become a 1-2 punch of Andrews and Bateman, and that will be the passing game the Ravens have. A lot of people say the Ravens don't have a number 2. They do. They have a top 2. That's what you need in the NFL. Who's their 3? That's the question. Is the 3 going to be a wide receiver like Prochet or Duvernay? Is it going to be a tight end like Isaiah Likely or Nick Boyle? We don't know that. But they have a top 2. And you can only ever focus on one. And Mark Andrews right now is arguably the best tight end in the NFL. I'll say he's guaranteed top 3. So I don't trigger anybody. Guaranteed top 3. Teams are going to focus on that. And Lamar Jackson and Rashod Bateman are going to get to work. Last season, Mr. Mark Andrews, Money Man Mark, had 1,361 yards and 9 touchdowns. Probably the best season of his career. Definitely had the most receiving yards of his career. It's his first 1,000-yard season of his career. But now, teams are looking at him. Teams are absolutely looking at him. He was a first-team All-Pro last year. Like, he is, everybody knows. If you didn't know already, everybody knows Mark Andrews is that guy. And when you have a guy, it makes it so much easier to be a number 2. And Rashod Bateman's going to put up the best numbers of any pass catcher on the Ravens this year. Because if you want to look at the numbers Hollywood put up last year, I'll pull them up right now. Hollywood put up 1,000 yards. Hollywood-Brown put up 1,000 yards last year. And Bateman gets better separation. He has better hands. He can jump ball. He can jump up and get jump balls a lot better than him. He's a better route runner. He's a better wide receiver than Hollywood-Brown right now. And Hollywood put up 1,000 yards last year in 16 games. I expect Rashod Bateman to probably get 1,200 to 1,300 yards. Mark Andrews probably go around 1,100. They're probably going to combine for 17, 18 touchdowns. Mark Andrews may get a little bit more. I think Rashod Bateman gets him the yards and receptions, though. I truly believe that Rashod Bateman is the number 1 pass catcher statistically in this Ravens offense. Even though Mark Andrews may be the best, he's going to be covered more heavily because he's seen as Lamar Jackson's go-to. When the Ravens are in trouble, what does Lamar do? He hits Mark Andrews. This year, he's going to be covered. And Lamar will still hit Mark Andrews. I'm not saying Mark Andrews is going to be bad. He's going to be great. He's going to be able to hit either Mark Andrews or Rashod Bateman. And that's going to make both of them better. Let me know what your guys' expectations are for Rashod Bateman this year, but I really have high hopes for him. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Subscribe for daily Ravens content. If you guys want to check me out on AFS tonight, go to the this YouTube channel's TTB Ravens Media's homepage, and you can there's a AFS link if you guys want to check that out. Would really appreciate it. If not, no worries. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see all of you again tomorrow.